On Saturday, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security reported on the early findings of their investigation into the slew of mysterious drone sightings in New Jersey and other states over the last couple of weeks. With residents and local officials frustrated by a lack of answers, the Fed saying, quote, many of the reported drone sightings are in fact manned aircraft being misidentified as drones. But information remains thin, leading to growing questions and theories about those objects in the sky. NBC's Sam Brock has more in our Sunday Focus.
What is that?
The last time this many people had their eyes trained on the sky, they were watching April's solar eclipse. Now, something much more mysterious has their attention. Drones seemingly everywhere this week.
This is crazy how fast this thing's moving now.
With sightings reported in at least 5 states, New Jersey alone recording up to 180 per night.
How many would you say are above us right now?
Residents both curious and alarmed.
There was like a humming sound at first, and I was like, it sounded like a helicopter. I was like, it wasn't strong enough to be a helicopter.
Some lawmakers say they've been left in the dark.
I've been a little frustrated. There hasn't been enough transparency, letting people know what's happening. It's allowing a lot of potentially misinformation to spread, or at least fear.
And New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew making this claim.
Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. These are from high sources. I don't say this lightly.
But the Pentagon has shot down that idea. For their part, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security say there is no national security threat and no evidence of foreign influence. But then, what is going on?
Coming right above my house.
One popular theory, the U.S. government is flying these drones as part of a top-secret program, something the Secret Service denies. Frank Fogluzzi served as Assistant Director for Counterintelligence at the FBI. Is it the federal government that's testing something? Do you think there's any credence to that?
The public is going to jump to a conspiracy theory. And by the way, I understand that. If they're going to think, look, we're not getting all the facts. This can't be that the government doesn't have answers. It must be that they're covering up some secret testing program.
The FAA is the agency in charge of creating drone regulations, but they may not have all the tools they need for enforcement.
This is yet another example of technology getting out in front of us. And now we're wondering, who's in charge?
And some of those drones are reportedly quite large. A recreational drone is typically around 1 to 2 feet in diameter, but these mysterious drones are said to measure up to 6 feet, roughly the size of a refrigerator. Drone capabilities are also expanding. Police now use them for crowd control and to assist first responders.
Put the weapon down.
Soldiers deploy them on battlefields around the world. The worst-case scenario, a terror strike.
Make no bones about it. When you get to a certain size and capacity to actually carry weaponry, you're talking about the potential for violent attack.
Yet another reason Fogluzzi says the time for Congress to act is right now, updating drone laws and coordinating federal response efforts. As these nighttime phantoms flying around neighborhoods continue to worry residents and spark more conversations about why they're there.
And Sam joins me now live from New Jersey. Sam, good morning. It's great to see you. As you know from talking to people there, many are not satisfied with this nothing to see here message from federal officials. So what else is being done to identify the drones or whatever they may be?
Sure, Willie. So first of all, the FBI says there is no timeline with regards to the investigation, but they clearly, Willie, have heard the calls for more information from people throughout this region. There was a conference call over the weekend that involved the FBI, the FAA, the Department of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security. Some really crucial nuggets coming out of that. Some of the highlights. They received about 5,000 tips to their national tip line. They say roughly 100 of them or less were actually actionable, which is to say fewer than 2% of all of the calls. There is also apparently a huge coinciding, Willie, between the reports that are coming in, the density of those reports, and the flight patterns for LaGuardia, Newark airports. So they're seeing potentially the narrative supported that people might be confusing manned aircraft for drones. You also have another sort of nugget here that was pretty crucial. There's no evidence of a connection between what's been seen in the greater New York, New Jersey area and other parts of the country. All of that to lead to the fact that the FBI says there might be a slight overreaction here, but there are real-world consequences. On Friday, about 90 minutes outside of New York City, an airport had to shut down one of its runways for roughly an hour because of drone sightings. The governor of the state, Kathy Hochul, saying that this now has gone too far, Willie.
Wow, it is so fascinating and still a lot of answers to be had here. We'll continue to stay on it. Sam, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.